I am a sculptress, and was sourcing clay when I found amazing clay that seemed to bend to my thought and will. I was making the best art of my life, but feeling very drained. Full life-size sculptures that seemed more real than reality. Myself and the doctor learned this was illegal telekinetic clay from Atlantis. My yard and studio were filled with creatures and whimsy wandering around. In the end, they were able to use the clay to stop a madman. He was totally insane and obsessed with anything the doctor loved, destroying everything the doctor cares about. He would say crazy things about the doctor, being a little girl when they were young. The doctor talked about being locked in time and a very complicated relationship with a friend. I think his name is Koschie, and they are part of some club called the Deca. The battle was very draining, and we eventually won by creating duplicates of ourselves. These doubles duped the enemy and gave us time to get away. The doctor then doubled back and bagged his foe in a special sack that was endless. I needed rest after this and went back to my studio, creating small, charming versions of my giant imaginariums. Hey everybody, it's Lynn from Lynn's Crafts, and I'm coming by today as part of the Doctor Who Dunnit art crawl hop. And if you didn't know, I'm a big Doctor Who fan and have been since I was a teenager. And trust me, that was a long time ago. This is just an art journal page I did a while back ago. I'm going to try to share with you a Tardis pendant. Just a small Tardis pendant. About roughly this size. Alright. So I'm going to start with a block of souffle clay by Sculpey. And just because it's the color that was closest to Tardis blue. Alright, as you can tell, all I've done is to cut one of the blocks down. I just cut off about a third of one of the blocks. Alright, I'm going to condition this and then form it back into a block like this. I'd really rather just leave it like it is, but it does need to be conditioned. Alright. Now, as you can see, it's not very square, so I'm just going to true it up just a tiny bit with my blade. Just by shaving off barely little. Alright, here's our little cube, square, rectangle. I don't even know what to call it. Alright, what I did there was just to impress a bevel around the top edge. Alright. And then we're going to go down just a little bit, a little less than 1/4 of an inch, all the way around. Alright, and that's going to be where it says police box. And then I'm just going to go right above that. And give it another line. Alright. Alright, then I'm going to go from the middle just to the right of the middle and just to the left of the middle. And put a couple of lines. Alright, and then top those off. Now go down just inside the corner. On each side. And then across the bottom. Alright, there's our basic shape of the TARDIS. And then you'll flip it and do the same thing on every side. Now every side of course doesn't have a door, but every side of the police box looks the same. Alright, here it is so far. All I've done is put a little dot of clay on the top. And now I'm going to take a eye pen and clip it off kind of short. Alright, then I'm going to give it a little zigzag, and what that will do is help to anchor it in the clay so that it won't pull back out as easily. So going in from the middle of the dot, all I did was fish it down in through there, trying not to make any bigger a hole than necessary. Alright, then you'll go back and clean up your detail just a little bit. Alright, now keep in mind we'll paint this. We'll paint some of the details after it's done. Alright. Now one of the things that I'm supposed to do is to give you a little hint about who my doctor is. And I can't give you a visual clue, but one of the things I can tell you is that my doctor never actually traveled in the TARDIS during his time on screen until the very final episode before he regenerated. Alright. I'm going to bake this at 275 for about 40 minutes. Okay, here it is out of the oven. As you can see, I've already done a little bit of detail around the other sides. I've just got a Signo Uniball pen. You could use acrylic paint. You could choose to leave it blank. This is so tiny that there's almost no way to add readable detail. But I'm going to give it a shot. This should say police box, but I did manage to get police on there. Alright. Okay, it's just some simple little detail. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm going to come back and antique it. Just a little highlight on the light on top. Alright, so I'm going to come back and antique it, and then I'll be back to share it with you. Alright, so here it is finished. I've glazed it and antiqued it and wiped it back. I know this is kind of a simple project to see from me, but I thought it was in the spirit of the crawl. Alright. You can click on the iCard and follow the rest of the participants in the crawl for a chance to win a prize. Alright. I shall holler at y'all later. Bye now.